Transmitting from the front lines of the wargaming world. You are watching Friendly Fire. The show where you can watch, learn, and even play our games live online. We will be showing some of our favorite tactics and answer your game questions. This is Friendly Fire.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Devin, the OG, the original Grognard, and we are back for Friday Night Friendly Fire, playing World at War. And of course, as always, we have Jeff and Keith with us here. And of course, I am always the most wonderful, most lovely IT guy. Alright, maybe that doesn't work. But we have a special guest star with us here tonight. Zilla Blitz, Mike, Zilla Blitz of YouTube fame, is with us tonight. And Mike, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and let the audience know who and what you are.
Sure. Thanks for having me on, Devin and Jeff and Keith. I'm welcome. Looking forward to this. I have a YouTube channel that focuses on tabletop wargaming. So I'm already got a couple of videos up, some overview videos of Blood and Fury, and I am looking forward to playing. This will be the first time for me to play Opposed, and so I'm pretty excited to dig into this and looking forward to the next couple hours here.
Well, one thing we like to do around here is teaching games. So this is perfect for you.
And we are thrilled, guys. We are thrilled to have Zilla Blitz on the show, to be sure.
And I did, to be fair, I did play a couple of solo games a couple of years ago when Blood and Fury first came out. And it was a prototype version of it. And then I had to move the prototype copy on, and then there was a bit before the final versions came out, and so somewhere in the back half of my head is probably a good maybe half of the rule set here. So I'm not a complete beginner, and I did spend about 90 minutes looking over the rules this afternoon, so we'll see what's stuck here.
Well, I think that copy came back to me.
why don't you tell everybody your YouTube address so they can go ahead and find you out in the real world of YouTube?
Sure. It is just as it sounds, Zilla Blitz. So if you just Google that, the YouTube should show up at the top, and that's generally the easiest way to find me. I try to have mostly playthroughs, some overviews, top XX video games, and board games and elements. So a bunch of variety of different types of video, but been really enjoyed. Been doing it about 3.5 years now. And I'm having a blast meeting the community, playing all the games, and making all the videos.
Been doing an amazing job, if I can say so.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
So,
all right,
I will just leave it in your gentlemen's hands and game on.
Sure. Okay, so this is scenario 6. Yeah. Hang on. I lost my script. I lost my PDF. Oh, I'm so unprofessional.
This is good. I'm glad the Soviets are confused already.
It's true.
We're going to need all the help we can get. Hopefully you're drinking, Jeff. I'm Keith.
So we're doing it's scenario 6. It's Bridgehead at Bad Oeynhausen. Yeah. And basically there is an objective A, which if Devin would show that, objective A is in the middle of the map there. That is Bad Oeynhausen. And basically we're trying to take that objective. There's 5 hexes to that objective. There is a slight possibility that if battlefield events, which are random, go the right way, that I, as the Soviets, will have an opportunity to change the objective after turn 7 to objective B. But it's kind of a random event kind of a thing. It's kind of like, well, what can you do with that contingency? Basically, the British are bringing the big guns. They've got these chieftains with these 120 millimeter cannon on them. Rifle cannon and some supporting units, and most importantly, some supporting infantry, because that's the best thing to hold a town with. I have basically a mixed battalion. I have 5 platoons of what do I have here? T-80s here, with a full company of infantry and BMP-2s, and a little bit of indirect fire support. And the British also have some indirect fire support. So that's kind of. It's not as even a match as it sounds, but the British are a little bit closer, and it depends on who moves first, basically. You guys have any comments or initial feelings about your British force there that's tucked up in the woods there, up in the upper corner?
Overall, we have a bit of a mixed force. Leading with the armor company, but with some anti-tank support and recon assets, and we have a mortar and the infantry platoon as well. So pretty balanced force.
They're leading with the tanks.
Yeah. Lead with the armored wedge.
There you go.
And I think did we let people know that Jeff and I are going to be controlling the British, right? And then Keith, you're going to be managing the Russians, right? I'm not sure if we said that.
I hinted I was the Russians, but I did not say who the other ones were. So yes, they're gonna team and dogpile on me there. So
Part of the plan to keep Keith off balance. He's not used to playing the Soviets.
I'm not used to playing the Soviets. It's like all these units, and oh man, they only move once. The Soviets have one formation card. NATO has two. There is a battlefield event card, which there's lots of battlefield events that actually do give you a portion of a movement or full movement or an extra fire and some other odds and ends. We are not using weather because it is a small scenario. So that's something that I played. One of the other scenarios we were going to do was scenario 4, and I played that with a friend of mine and nearly lost him as a friend because we used weather, and he was just about to win, and the weather changed, and it stopped, and he was like, "It's not balanced." I'm like, "Well, that's because I should have not used the weather, so it's okay not to use the weather." Yeah. All right. I heard shuffling of the deck.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. There's no offboard artillery for each side, but there is there's a mortar unit for each side, so there is going to be a little bit of indirect fire.
Should probably mention.
There's no air, right?
There's no air. Thank God.
No air. Yeah.
Should probably also mention that this is 12 turns long.
It is 12 turns long, and I am wearing my A10 shirt because I thought I was going to play NATO, but then again, I don't have a Harrier shirt, and I certainly don't have an Su-25 shirt. All right. I think we're ready to start.
I will mention that as we are in the open lock and load tactical Discord voice comms, people can join, and Mr. Hex to Hex himself, Jeff, has just popped in. Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
Glad you're here to observe.
I certainly hope you're wearing B2 shorts with that A10 shirt.
That's my secret.
Speaking of battlefield events.
Is that we first pulled?
The first card yet?
First card we pulled was a battlefield event.
Okay, I'm going to roll 2 dice 6 just because I'm going to keep things moving along here. I hit the dice-o-matic. Oh my God, I rolled a 7. Okay, so yeah,
this is the event you said doesn't happen, right?
So if honor before turn 7, a roll of 7 on battlefield event results in a battlefield friction, which is what it does. In addition to that, we're going to roll a friction result anyway. I can change my victory conditions to controlling objective B instead of objective A.
Yeah.
And frankly, I like that because I'm closer. So I'm going to switch my objective to B. And the objective is the same. Control the entire objective at the end of turn 12.
Yeah.
So this completely changes things, but I'm banking on a couple of things. One is I enter up in this corner here on this one road up here, and I'm a couple of hexes closer, but barely to objective B down here. If I take this road, and we'll see how that goes. I have a little bit more infantry than he does, I think. So if I get there first, I have a kind of better chance of holding it, I think. But we'll see.
Won't R2 activations help us?
Yes,
it will. It will. It can double. It can double your move. It can. So we're going to see how this goes.
And then is there a quick question on movement rates on roads? Is the movement halved? Is that how that works?
No. Roads.
No, it's just counts as clear.
Yeah, what roads allow you to do is go through terrains you would not normally be permitted to go through.
Gotcha. Okay, but it's not like a half movement point per road hex.
No,
it's not like the old Panzer Blitz, Panzer Leader rules where each road is only a half.
Yeah. Right.
And there are design reasons why that is the case, which I can go into once we get rolling here.
Yeah.
Sure.
But we still have battlefield friction we have to roll for.
Yeah. So we have to roll. So basically, it's on the other side of the card. We roll 2 dice 6 again, and I get a 5. And I don't know what that is because I don't have the card.
Friendly fire.
Oh, there we go.
Friendly fire isn't.
Yeah. So what's the rest of the event say there?
What you don't have this? You designed this. You should have this memorized.
I memorized. Hang on, let me take.
Poor training and lax internal coordination combined.
Fire isn't. Yeah, right there. Oh, I'm sorry. You're reading it.
Yeah. Your opponent chooses any of your units on the map, then rolls a 1d6. On a 1 to 3, the FFE is checked and there's no effect. On a 4 or 5, your opponent places the FFE marker on the chosen hex and executes an off-board artillery strike of strength 3 with hitting on 4s. On a 6, your opponent places the FFE marker in the chosen hex and executes an off-board MLRS strike of 3/3.
Well, technically, no units are on the board yet, though, are they?
That is correct. Yes. And
No, well, British start.
Well, the British are though, right?
The British are though. So, all right.
Oh,
So
the
what
we're
we're
up
going to do
here.
is
on board. Okay.
the side affected is one side. It's basically 50-50. 1 to 3 is it affects. It is. NATO
So
gets
We
control
want
of
a
it.
4 to 6.
A
so
4 to
it's
6,
Soviet.
and the Soviets get control of it. So, and that means that if it's Soviet control and it's friendly fire, ouch. So there you go. So you want to roll a 1 to 3, and you're telling me
No, he doesn't. He wants to roll 1 to, because it says your opponent chooses. So if it's 1 to 3, it means the Soviet chooses.
Oh, there you go. Yes, that's what well, there you go. So, all right. So I'll roll a die 6 here, and it is a 2. So that says that I get to choose the hex.
Yes, your opponent chooses.
Right. So I'm gonna basically, and here I said there would be no offboard artillery fire. So I don't think we have the marker handy, but I'm basically going to put a fire for effect marker right on top of these tanks.
Yeah.
Because that's going to benefit me the most. Even though they're decently well protected, they're not great. No, actually, the armor is not great against offboard artillery. So, we have a fire for effect marker. All right. So now I roll a fire for effect. And then we check the event to see what it is. Oh, I saw that 6 come up.
Yeah.
And it's a 2, which according to the event, the friction is...
Check fire.
The
Check fire.
Check fire. There you go. Okay, see, not as bad as it sounded.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been so nice if it had been a 6.
Yeah, if it had been a 6 with an MLRS, that could have ended the scenario right in it.
That could have, and then we would have just reset up and started again. All right, next card. Because that's resolved since it was a check fire.
So what do we got? We
That
got
means nothing happens.
Zilla
Yeah.
and Cream this time.
It's Zilla and Jeff against me.
Yeah.
Zilla and Jeff.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm the Soviets this
We
time.
outnumber the
Oh, boy.
Russians.
Yeah.
I do not, and truth to be told, I do not play the Soviets often, so this will be fun. So all the people who say the Soviets don't win, well, I that may be the case today.
So
All right.
here's the considerations there, Mike, when you're doing it. He's going to come in here,
Yep.
and all through this area, there's 2 cultivated, which is going to block the line of sight. So there's no fire lanes above the town.
Right, and
Okay.
there's a hill up here too, which also. So basically, this is it's a block.
Yeah. And even if he reaches here, so this entire corridor is basically safe to get down towards these level with these woods.
Right. Right.
So you're just
kind of thinking, Jeff.
freedom
I
of-
think we want to move as fast as we can
Yes.
to get down to B. Right. We just want to
Absolutely.
haul, basically.
I find getting the objective and fighting on the objective works really well.
Yeah. So yeah, your move. You want to just book it on down towards the objective B.
Right. Oh, did we draw a card? Are we active now? Did I miss that?
Yeah, we're
You're
active.
Yes, we did. We did
All
draw
right.
your card. We draw your first.
Okay.
Card.
And so
What do you think?
just to go over the sequence, if we don't like where our headquarters is, we could place it on any of the units of the formation. That would be the first thing you do. Then you would, if anybody's disrupted, if anybody's outside the command range, you'd roll to see if they're still in command. And then finally, you would roll for any disrupted units if they rally, or missile units that are reloading, see if they resupply. So,
But all that's good right now, right? Because we're in.
Oh, yeah,
command
all that's
control.
good.
That's good.
Yeah.
And once you've done all that, if there were any offboard artillery, you would do that first, and then you get into the action phase, which is what we're doing now, where you pick an action for a stack or a unit and execute that of the 5
Right.
actions.
And we do everybody, right?
Yep, in any order you want. So,
All right. So what do you think, Jeff? We just want to haul to the south, right?
Yep.
I mean,
that's what I think. Now these 2 units are recon, the scimitar and the scorpion, so they don't have to remain within command range of the headquarters. So we might want to peel them off over towards the east a little bit to harass their movement.
okay.
And
Yeah, I like that idea.
Maybe angle them down towards this area to the eastern end of this woods a little bit. So
Okay. Yeah. So should we start moving stuff then? Is that?
Yeah, go ahead.
We don't have to stay in the road, right? So
no, we don't. So the cultivate
please,
costs 2 for each. So the cultivate costs 2 per vehicles. This is cultivated right here.
we want to go to the east here, right?
Yep.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, roughly
Well, they only go 5, unfortunately, the chieftains. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. The
Chieftains,
chieftains only go 5. So I'm not as worried about them as I am about your
Yeah.
432.
All right, we activated there. And then we want to head down towards this bridge, basically, too, right? That's kind of
Yeah, we got to get all the way down to the other map for Objective B, so.
And then we've got this, let's see, another chieftain down here. How do we split these up into one?
Yeah, you just do it like that, so. You'll see a little white
stacking's 2 units. Yeah, stacking's 2 units, so sometimes, when you got 3 in a...
So that's woods, so maybe...
So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, that looks
Now, be careful because stacking doesn't apply at all times, which means during movement, so you kind of have to coordinate, especially when you're coming across a bridge. We're trying to get through the one road through the woods. Yeah. You want to be careful and do it in the right order and not get
So technically we did that wrong. We broke stacking here, right?
Correct. But, it's a friendly game. We could sequence it.
Yeah.
The only time, the most important time when that comes into case is if you're trying to do assaults. It's easy to get jammed up, blocking your own movement.
Right.
So.
Right. Okay.
So while you guys
made the striker down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like we're just trying to go fast. Same thing here. Yep. Oh, they can stay together. 6.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, don't forget.
Sorry. Sorry, guy. Left them behind.
You left the infantry behind? No, that's okay.
Yeah. Who needs them?
People say that's okay.
All right. And then our indirect fire. Now, what do you think about that, Jeff? Do we want to try to keep that? Is there benefits of trying to keep that in range at all, or?
Well, we want to keep it within command range of the headquarters.
Okay. So probably sticking together at the moment, right? So like that maybe.
Yeah. That's fine.
So the way the indirect fires work is because he's got a printed range of 9, but he's got a long range of twice that, 18. He can fire.
I wondered about that when I was reading the rules. Right. Okay.
Yeah. It's
not at half of impact, right? So we can.
You can do it. You can do full impact out to printed range, and then there's a penalty for firing out to your long range. But smoke is smoke.
Gotcha. Okay. Right. Okay. And then, Jeff, what do you think about the recon units? Then, do you want to? Is there risk to pull them to the east? There, are they going to get torn apart, or?
So
this is
one of them can go reach here, and and the line of fire is blocked by these cultivated hexes. So,
okay, I thought, does cultivated block line of sight, or does it obscure it?
Two of them
blocks it.
Two of them blocks it.
Okay, got it. Right. Okay, that makes sense. Yep. And do we want to split the scorpion up here then?
Yeah, I would probably have him come down towards the other end of the forest there. Not necessarily in it, but he'll stay with the main force for now and maybe peel off.
Forest is 2 to get in there.
Yeah, so 1, 2.
All right.
Yeah, actually, I'd probably place him here.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, it'd be nice to get to the town first.
Yeah.
All right.
And
then we drop these X's on him, right?
Yep.
And we have done our thing.
Yes.
Done your thing.
I like our position. I'm glad we went first, but I guess
You might even go second. Oh, look, we're actually on the board. All right.
Now, are these Soviet tanks slower? They are. Oh, they're pretty fast.
They're faster.
They are slightly faster.
They are faster.
Well,
in every.
One thing I've discovered, and Keith and Jeff can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but tanks that were designed as defensive tanks, I've noticed in this game generally only have a move of 5. The Leopards, the Challengers, and tanks that were designed as offensive tanks, M1s, all the Soviet tanks, usually have a movement of 6. Now, that's just a little anecdotal thing that I've come up with. I don't know if that's true or not, so I will let Jeff and Keith speak to that.
Well, it's a small difference tactically. But when you're looking at the longer range,
I left my tanks behind.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Where did my tanks go? 1, 2, 3.
Who needs them? He could just leave them there.
Right. Yeah.
Over the longer run,
I'll leave my tanks, and it'll be one big
deal.
Yeah, I mean, there's small differences in tanks. Most tanks are either going to be a 5 or a 6 for movement. Right. So on any given activation, it has that little difference. Over the longer run, over the course of several activations or several turns, though, NATO units are much more mobile because they do have the probability of getting that second activation each turn. So
Right. And that's not necessarily going to happen because the turn
Nope.
could end before that if we pick the end of turn cards first, right?
correct, yeah. So
And
yeah,
that's kind of what we're looking at right now. So there's, although it looks good that we've got one pulled already, and we haven't seen an end of turn card already, right?
Correct.
Right. So
But right now what's left in the deck is 2 end of turns and our card.
right. So the math is pretty good then.
Right.
for
All
us,
right.
But
So one of the things we do is we'll put it by the formation if it's everybody in the formation, so we know that everybody
Right.
moved. All right, next card. The race has begun. And of
There we
course
go.
That's good.
Is that
See,
a-
now if we pulled the 2 head ops cards, and if you only got one move, then I can steal a march on you. But at this point, I think I'm going to have to actually engage rather than.
So since he's all ops complete, we don't have to worry about any opportunity fire. But I will point out, see, actually, the way that cultivated works, like you have 3 here, and then you got 2 rough right here. This whole area is really open for us to move.
Right, you've
Right.
got a lot of leeway in here.
I mean, he'd have to come after us.
Yes, he'd
And
have to
even
come down through this gap.
But that's a possibility.
Right, because
It's really a question of, if I get here, and this is what we're talking. Let's say I decide to move in this direction, now I'm stuck in between all of this terrain I can't see out of, and now you're over here.
Yeah.
And once you cross this bridge here, I can't shoot at you. Now I've given you the objective, and now I have to find an attack approach, which I might have to do anyway.
Now, I was looking at the rules. One of the things I remembered was the Soviets have a better move and fire capacity than the NATO does, right?
No, backwards, other way around.
Well,
So
not in this scenario.
Not in this scenario, yeah. If you have the more advanced NATO tanks, they can move up to half and lose no firepower dice. And then they can move their full movement and only lose 1 firepower die. The Soviets is one level worse.
Okay.
If the Soviets go half, they lose
1.
But if they go full, they lose 2.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, I had that backwards. Yep.
Right. And so
My
when people
officer
say,
training
when people
failed
talk
me.
about, when people talk about using a Soviet tank battalion, let's say, where you've got 9 or 10 platoons, this is what Jeff does to me all the time. He'll move those 9 or 10 platoons to full movement, so he gets the full movement. The T-80s have the enhanced movement fire that allows them to do that. And then he'll do like 1 die at each of my units. But that's 1 die because it's a 125 smoothbore to make 4, 5, or 6. It's 50-50. So he throws 10 dice at me at 50-50 just to get a disruption. And he can do, by disrupting me, there's so many fewer NATO units that can really give him a corridor in front of assault. So it's an interesting tactic. Now, anybody who doesn't have the enhanced move and fire, which is an orange firepower rating, which is your infantry, it includes infantry, and just about everybody else, you can only move half, and then you will lose 2 dice and you'll lose 2 dice. So if you move more than half with anything that isn't made for that, then you don't get to move and fire.
You always have a minimum of 1 die, though.
Not if you go past half your movement.
Well, I'm just saying if you're within the limits of moving fire. So, like, if the infantry only moves 1, usually they only have 2 dice, but they're going to lose 2, but they still get that residual 1.
That goes for anything. There's a minimum of 1 die and a maximum of 2 6. If you're already at 1-6 and you take a penalty, you're still at 1-6 because it's pretty bad.
So, like, if you look at our recon guys, generally speaking, they only, roll 2 dice on AP.
Right.
As long as they move, 3 hexes, they can still, shoot one of those 6s.
Right. Okay.
So here's some considerations. So, like, this guy, our advanced scout,
The scimitar here, yeah.
the scimitar. So, like, he has a range of 4 against either HE or AP. So there's this guy here. The BRDM he could take on easy. The BMP he could take on, because they're thin-skinned. They're only rolling 1 die for armor and everything. They're obviously not meant to stand up against the T-80s. So
Right.
So what I would do is let's just keep on booking everybody down, and just kind of use the two scouts as a bit of a screen to keep him honest.
All right, sounds pretty good. So we can do the easy part stuff where we can get these.
Let's go through the turn for deciding if you want to move your headquarters and such.
Yeah. So right now,
First thing's command.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we were happy with the headquarters there, everybody that would have to roll for is within the command range of 5.
And the
Okay.
command
We're looking
range
pretty
is
good
on
on
the
the
card
headquarters.
that was pulled.
Yep.
So
Right.
there's-
It's 5 if we're not disrupted, and 4 if we're disrupted. Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's five if you're not reduced. If you're on your reduced side, you're 4.
Oh, right. Okay.
you can
got
be
it.
disrupted. So.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I'm
it's
sorry,
perfectly
HQ
fine to
would be
keep the headquarters there. You know.
Right. Yeah, we're in good shape. Doesn't seem make sense to move that. So
Yeah. Also, your
So
recon,
basically, we
they
just
have
wanna-
triangles on them. They're always in command.
right.
Yeah,
Okay,
the 2
got it.
scouts in that case. Yeah.
So basically, we just want to keep going south with our main force, right?
Yeah. Really, basically, that's what it is.
Just
Go,
kinda
go,
keep
go,
these
go, go,
guys-
speed racer.
Go, go, go.
There you go.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
Perfect.
Yep. And the same thing. These all can follow the road here. This is a 6, however.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got the infantry with it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. They can't go any farther.
Right.
All right.
So here's would be my concern. You know, he has the T-80s up in this group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If he wanted to be aggressive, he could reach here with his lead T-80,
Which would
and he
kinda
may
line
just
us
take
back
a
down
take
to
a
the road.
pot shot at your. You know, I'm not worried about the chieftain so much, but the
Right.
The FE
you know, the thin-skinned guy. So he was here. He might be just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Put him back
Is
here.
that better? Put him back here a little bit. Yeah. Get him off
Yeah.
to the side a little bit. Sure. Okay.
Because that cuts my angle down because of these 2
Right.
Yeah.
cultivated.
The same thing with the striker, then, too. You think, Jeff?
Oh, strikers
Yeah.
don't hide; they're recon. Oh no, sorry.
Yeah,
you said
I would
strikers.
probably follow the FV. You know,
That's
now-
your missile. Sorry.
here's the thing. Yeah, and that's fine. I would not stack them in the open because, you know, if he were to get more than 3 hits, the hits carry over.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's basically one target if they're stacked, even though you're firing.
So you think he behind down in here, Jeff? You think, or you like that, or you're talking back over where our infantry is?
I'd go by the tanks, I guess.
Drop it there, and then this 1, 2, 3,
And the reason I say that
Safe.
is because
4,
he's-
5, 6.
he's not moving again this turn.
Right.
So-
We could conceivably go before him again, right?
We could conceivably go before him again, or if he comes first, all our guys will be ready and waiting for him.
Right. Right. Yeah. So then the question is, what do we want to do with the scout here? Do we want to take a shot at something? Are you thinking that
Well,
might
you'd have
be
to
a little
close
bit
to do that. You'd have
Yeah.
to close. To
right? But if we went 1, 2, 3 to M8, would we have a shot there? I mean, it might be obscured,
You're talking.
but
You're talking about here, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can only
yeah.
just do yeah.
You wouldn't be because this cultivated would block you.
Yeah, I think
anyway
you're gonna-
from here. But we would check the line of sight on that if you wanted to do that. Yeah, it looks like it's clear. 'Cause
It
you-
would
you
be
missed
clear.
this X. Yeah, because you clip this.
I mean,
X,
it's
but you
obscured,
missed the
right?
second one. Yeah,
You'd only be
What-
getting
this is
one
now
die.
obscured. I'm going to tell you right now, you're talking like Lock and Loot Tactical. This is, it's obscuring terrain. If you get 2, you're blocked. If you get 1, it's nothing. There's no effect. It's just a question
Oh,
of line
okay.
of sight. It's not a question of cover because it's a
Okay.
different scale.
I would advise
These aren't
against it
50-yard hexes. These are-
only because then it does expose the guy to fire from the tanks.
We'll expose him to return fire and possibly from the T-80 behind him.
So
Right.
what I would do is kind of duck him down into like a L10 here.
okay. So go through the woods, which is a 2. Is that right?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, yeah. And they,
4, 5, 6. L10.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
I mean, because there was no return op fire either, he could have gone 1, 2, 3, 4 around there as well. Now, if those units had been op completed and they were able to fire, then yeah, you wouldn't have wanted to do that. But it was an option.
Right. Okay. And then we have our last Scorpion over here, right?
Yep. And I would send him the same thing like towards these woods around here.
Right. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think-
the woods and
I think it's the end of the turn, right? Right, all
yeah,
that's
we
left-
moved everybody, right?
End turn?
Well, yeah, but let's see. That should be the only thing left. Should be the ops completes.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Turn 1 done in the books. All right, I was going to pull. Oh,
Nothing blew up. Nobody's dead.
Yeah.
Nobody's up dead. No, I haven't had first blood yet, but like I
Right.
said, we
Now,
shifted
these,
objectives, so-
These weapons that are still the spandrels, those you can
Right.
you attach basically to units as you like, correct?
I attach them to my infantry.
When you want to use them, right?
When I want to use them, exactly right. Once they are attached, they stay with that infantry. So if they die with that infantry.
Got it. Okay. Because they look fairly powerful.
They are very powerful. I have a lot of anti-tank firepower between the
Right.
T-80s and the BMP-2s.
Oh, yeah, 2 of them, huh?
Yeah, and the spandrels. It gets a lot. Now, I play BMPs a little differently than other people do. For me, it's not the infantry protecting the BMPs. It's the BMPs protecting the infantry because the infantry are really deadly at close range, assault range, basically.
Right. But with those spandrels, they got some range too, right?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And there's no minimum range on them like with the Saggers. So yeah, they can manhandle. They can manhandle your recon. That's for sure.
Right.
And
Right.
the infantry is
range.
very good in built up areas in woods.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jeff
right.
knows all about that, don't you, Hexy?
Did something happen?
Well, I'm excited.
That was an
still
interesting
alive here
game,
in
actually.
turn 1. So
All right, let's go for turn 2.
Yeah, let's go.
Card has
Did we
flipped.
shuffle the
Fourth-
deck?
I did. Fourth
Oh, the
Squadron.
card has it. Oh, there
Oh,
you
it's our
go.
turn?
Brits.
oh, nice.
That's
So-
A Squadron of the 4th RTR advances.
We are flying.
Well,
We've got good command.
Everybody will be in command.
So that's a
I know
good
how
thing.
This is gonna go. So I know what I have to do. You're gonna get there first. That's the first thing. You're gonna get there first.
Yeah.
So my plan is instantly turned from running and defending to, which didn't really have a lot of chance of, to forming an attack plan.
Yeah.
And the very thing that protects you once you get to objective B allows me to form for an attack. So terrain is really important in this game.
But at least for the moment, though, it looks like, again, that the strategy is just as fast as we can get down towards this
Yeah.
town B, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And for the moment, we're looking pretty safe, I think, right?
Yeah. Oh, you got a massive hill with woods and everything between you. It's like there's nothing that's going to shoot at you.
So with
To
that
start
right
with.
there would be 5.
Yep.
Striker
Stop.
behind it.
Hang on for a second.
Oops, sorry.
You
Did I break that?
Stop there. Well, he
Stop
started
where?
there,
Well,
right?
this he started here.
He started there, right?
In
No,
E12, yeah.
I was gonna let me check the line of sight anyway. Get the right thing here. Check the line of sight from here to here.
Oh, you hit both of them.
Yeah, that. Let's see. Now somebody else has to do this because I got to get to top view. Hold on. So if I go from here to here, it's still off. I'm not in the center. I think I clip both, but I'm not sure. Can somebody do that line of sight better than me? There you go.
This X here, right?
Yeah, so it does clip the corner of
Both of them, yeah.
both of them. So just
And that one's obviously.
yeah, that was obvious, and then there was there.
And that's
So you're good to go. That's a clean route for you.
Gotcha. Okay. Ooh, that was closer than I thought. I'm not used to the range. This is, you have to, the distance is, you can cover the distance in Modern Commander, yeah.
Yeah, that's
All right.
one of the things I like about this is, I like finding obscure lines of sight.
Okay. Noted. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We're one behind it. Is that right? Oh, one more.
Everybody's moving 5, yeah, so he can go there.
Yeah. And then the infantry here, they can go 6. 1, 2, 3. We got to get across the bridge,
Oh.
though, right?
4, 5, 6. Well, don't forget, this bridge is here.
Yeah, you've got it.
Right. But the train, isn't this rough terrain too then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can reach here.
Yeah, the cultivated
Right, yeah.
is too, you can get there. Mhm.
Yeah, I was just trying to see if we could get through both of those, if we could avoid the cultivated train, but it doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
These guys here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe 6 up here is probably
Yeah.
safe too.
Give them a little option either way.
Yeah, for sure. All right, then what do you think about our recon, Jeff?
Well, maybe you leave one in this woods and then get the other one down like in this woods.
Okay.
You know?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can't quite get there with one of them here, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would put us in M2. We can get
I
through
would
it
go
this
like
way.
an N1.
Okay. What about this one here? We can get through though, right? 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6. Push through this way.
Yep.
And then the other one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like it there.
Yep. Sounds good.
All right. And we are done, right?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay.
I'd say we've got this town pretty much buttoned up now, huh?
Yeah, it's looking that way.
Now we gotta.
All right, let's get moving.
We need another card. Let's go again.
Fortunately, the
what's a
Soviets
50-50?
got the next one.
It was a 50-50 chance, right? I mean,
It'd be
one
even
card
better
left,
if he
sure.
didn't go.
Yeah, that's I like that too. Yeah, Soviets running in petrol problems.
So, yeah, well, right now I'm kind of running into a movement point issue, but maybe I go that way. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
And that's one thing about those BRDMs is they go 7. All right. Get your guys booking down the road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring up them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's as far as they can go. I want to get my infantry up on the hill, believe it or not. Can't spread out too much. That's part of the problem. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to stack them. And then I'm going to get this infantry going around that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm deliberately staying away from the edge with my infantry because I don't, should he come to this hill,
Yeah.
okay, that means he can shoot across these woods because they're lower, and I don't want him picking off my BMPs when I'm there. These woods here are sort of ideally placed to cut down any fire from here into the valley and to support this, so it's really not as helpful as it looks.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to catch you on the approach. If I were here already and you were coming down this road, you'd be toast. But I'm not. So this is kind of the best I could do. And a mortar, I'm just going to bring up to support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I am done for the whole formation. There we go. So with one activation, it's different setting up for an assault with the Soviets than it is for NATO. NATO, you can use one to set up and use the other to execute. And with the Soviets, it's like you need a turn to set up and then you can execute. And that means you're going to take fire that turn. So you got to be really careful. Yeah.
Next card.
It's going to be me.
In
First
the turn.
And the Bops, let's go get us our turn.
Yes! Yes, we caught a march. Yes.
God.
Okay. And you went once, so,
Yeah.
we don't pull out any end ops card. All right. We have jumped to turn 3. This is only a 12-turn game. Oh, okay. So here's the deal.
Oh, that's not
I've got
good.
this HQ here with this tank because he's on the top one. I am not moving my HQ, just so you know. I don't have anything to undisrupt. I don't have anything to roll reloads. I don't have any offboard indirect fire. I'm just going to fire this HQ right here at your poor little servitor. Now, he does have concealment because my recon is just 1 hex too far.
Yeah.
Because if you have a recon like this, within 5 hexes, you don't get the concealment, but I'm 6 hexes away. But I'm going to take this shot anyway. So I've got
Should probably explain what the concealment bonus comes from.
Right. The concealment bonus comes because he does not have an ops complete marker, and he is in blocking terrain, which would be woods or city. So he will get an extra die for that. I mean, he's got a bunch of dice for this, but I've got my AP value is 3 dice to make a 4, 5, or 6 on each die. The range is 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have a printed range of 12 is my normal range. He's at 8, so he's not at point blank range, which would be 6 or less. So I'm going to get 3 dice to make 4, plus 2 for the HQ is 5 dice to make 4, because I really want to take care of this recon while he's looking at me. Fire in the hole. Only 2. 2 possibles. Now he's going to get 1 to make 6, and then because of the terrain, the woods themselves, he gets 1 to make 5, and concealment gives him a second die to make 5 or 6. So he's got 1 to make 6 and 2 to make 5 or 6 for defense. Did I get that right, Jeff?
Yes.
Okay.
So let's roll 1 die first for the armor, saving on a 6.
And I might need a little bit of guidance on the tabletop. Do you want to roll it? Jeff,
if you pick the number of dice you want to roll, and it'll roll it for you.
Okay, so we click on, and doesn't matter which
one.
Doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter which one. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Click the 1.
Yep.
5. Okay, so the 6 missed because you needed a 6 on that one. But now you roll 2 dice to see if either one of them comes up a 5.
So I just press the 2.
Yep.
And it'll reset it and do it.
We got 1.
And you got 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
he's
basically
just
got 1. He's disrupted.
Just disrupted.
But just like an arbitrary force, if he's disrupted, that means he's not doing anything else. Now he can still move. But we won't go to the details of how that happens at this point. But I'm gonna restack.
And he can rally.
And he can rally, yes. So, but I want to put this here. He's done. So the thing I can do now is I can follow up and go 1, 2, 3, and then I can fire 2 dice to make 3s. And the reason is my normal range is 12, point blank range is 6 or less, and you're at 5 now. Now I lose a die because I'm moving and firing. So instead of 3 dice, I do 2 dice, but instead of making a 4, 5, or 6, it's a 3, 4, 5, or 6. I'm hoping to get 2 out of this.
That would finish it off.
Hopefully. Yeah. That's what I'm looking to do. But you still have all that cover that you had.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to roll our defensive dice.
Yeah, only got 1.
Oh, we got 1. Okay.
So why am I spending so much time killing this recon? Because it can bring down mortar fire where I don't want it to. My BMPs are still BMPs. So you get the same thing you got before, which is 1 die to make 6.
All right, I'll roll the 1 die.
Yeah.
Get there. We got it.
And there it is. Okay. All right. Then the question becomes, do we want to waste any more time going after your guy? And I'm like, well, we're kind of heading in that direction anyway. So yeah, why not? 1, 2, 3. If I go 6, I'm going to lose 2 dice. No, I'm going to lose 1 die. And wait, I didn't lose a die. I need to roll 1 more. I'm not going to do that. Gentlemen.
When do you need to roll 1 more? You only get 2 dice.
No, you're right. That is right. It was 2 dice. That was right.
Hold on a second. I just want to double check. Oh, you know what?
Ooh.
Take your shot, Mike.
Tank on tank action.
Yeah.
Opportunity fire.
So opportunity fire.
Are we on range here? Is it 14?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's 11.
4,
Yeah, it's 10.
6, 8, 10, 12, 14. It's 15.
Oh, that's fine. We're still going to roll 4 dice, 6 dice at 4 with your headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
So we normal range is 14, 4 dice at 3, extended range, adjust the hit number up. So now it's going to be 4 dice at 4. We can use our headquarters for additional 2 dice.
I'm
and that's firing both units, both chieftains?
Just one unit. Just one unit.
Just one of them. All right, so we get 6 dice.
6 dice because we're going to use the headquarters for it.
Right.
So we're going to go and fire. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. 4 from the platoon, 2 from the HQ for the bonus.
And then we need a 5 or a 6 to hit. Is that right?
4, 5, or 6.
Oh,
so the number on there is a 3, but because it's at long range, you add 1 to that, so it's a 4. So you have 6 dice to make 4, 5, or 6.
Okay. All right. So I press the green 6 and we fire away.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is fun.
Let's go. Oh, we just got 2. We need 1 more, right? Oh, but you're going to get defensive dice too, right?
I am going to get defensive dice. My armor is 4 dice to make 5, so I'm going to roll 4 and hope for at least 2. Think.
Oh, we got lucky.
Oh, right, that's 2. So he's reduced.
That's some good shooting.
Disrupted. That was good shooting. Yeah. First blood to Mike. Congratulations.
Can we fire the other one?
You cannot in this hex. You have to let him move 1 more hex. If he doesn't move 1 more hex, no, you can't. If he doesn't you see him, then yes, you can. However, you can't. But because he was disrupted, he can't move anymore. So he stops anyway.
Okay. So broke him down. Yeah.
But each hex that a unit moves in, you may fire opportunity fire with 1 unit. All right.
Gotcha.
Well,
okay.
That means it's still a very dangerous spot there. So what I'm going to do is, I actually kind of want to engage him with one of my tanks with moving fire, but I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is, where can I drop that here? So my recon here, which hasn't done anything yet, is going to spot for my mortar back here. Okay. And
Here comes the smoke.
Here comes the smoke. And I'm going to drop smoke. I think I can't see there. He can see here. He can see here. He can see here. He can definitely see here. We're going to drop smoke here.
Okay.
All right. So we take our fire for effect marker, which I know was out here somewhere. There it is.
Yeah.
And we drop it in T12. T12 before I forget where I was going to drop it. Choop. Okay. And then I'm going to roll a die for accuracy. It is on target, and I just place a smoke there. And well, I got to watch the white hand there. Okay, so now I've got a card.
I feel like I'm helping somehow, other than just
that's fine. Yeah, I will let you do that. I just need to know you're doing that. Okay, so the BMP here moves. He can move through this because there's only one unit there. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's see. Yeah, no way.
No way.
Just looking.
You're just looking.
And this isn't like advanced squad leader, right? You can check lines of sight. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like advanced squad leader, if you have to fire and then check it, right?
Yeah.
No, it's like I said, gentleman's game.
Gentleman's game. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a teaching game too. So we want to say, you start to look at it yourself. You can, but yeah, you can check line of sight. Yeah. All right. So we've moved him up here, which is actually kind of where I want to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get him over the hill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they can stack because there's 2 of them now. My recon can still move, and if I go there, I can see the road, and he can't see me. Maybe he can. Well, let's send the tanks first. 1, 2, 3.
Can we fire there? Maybe.
I believe you can.
Maybe.
He's
drawing our fire because he wants the BRDM.
I want it. Yeah, I want.
But we can't ignore the tank. So
right. I want the BRDM to get a firing position. But if your tanks are there and you can see my BRDM, which I'm not absolutely sure of, then you would blow away my BRDM, which is a real big advantage for me having that smoke. As you can see, that 1 hex of smoke gave me a card.
Right. Yeah.
So the range is 11. You'd be able to roll 4 dice at 3 against this tank.
So a question for you though, Jeff. Right? If we fire this second tank, both of those have activated. They wouldn't be able to move in the next turn, correct?
No. When your card comes up, the first thing you do is take off all the ops complete markers.
Oh, so they would be able to, because I was just thinking we would be blocking the road if we couldn't if they couldn't move, then everything behind it.
When you activate, everybody's up. You can even continue to fire and finish him off if he's stuck. Which is
okay. So there's no reason not to fire.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you think he's trying to draw your fire,
Other than potentially other targets moving into the line of fire.
The only risk is what happened last turn, where it's like you only got 1 activation and then 2 ops phase complete mark count.
Right. But let's blow stuff up, right? Because it's fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we want to fire again, right, Jeff? I think. Don't you think?
Yes, we do.
This is a normal 120 shot. This is what chieftains are sort of built for, because if somebody starts to shoot back at them, they tend to pop. But as long as they're shooting first.
Yeah. So you're going to get 4 dice at 3 because you're at normal range.
So I'll just roll. Push the 4, and we need 3s or better, right?
3s
so we
or
want
better.
3 3s or better, right?
Yes.
Well, he's going to get some defensive rolls. We
want 4. We want 4 hits.
Oh, we get 3 hits. Okay,
we got 3 hits.
Take it though. The math was good there.
And again, I get the same thing where I'm going to have 4 possibles. So I'm going to roll 4 to get some 5s. I got nothing.
Oh.
All right.
That was
complete kill.
Now there's some Russian smoke on the board.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
As we say from Young Frankenstein, nice grouping. All right, so that we also say, well, you've just given me some cover because we're actually going to give you a defensive die. All right, well, that kind of took care of that issue, though. I can now get my recon kind of where I want him, which is here.
Well, we might as well check the line of sight. That's where you're moving?
Yeah.
I think that's
No,
blocked.
he
right?
doesn't because he's next
Yeah.
to he's next to a city. He can't see.
Yeah. Okay. Hey,
But does the
no
it's
harm
the
in
tank-
checking.
It's
Right,
the
right.
tank. It's the tanks I'm interested in,
right?
and I think,
And then
I have a lot.
How
of
does how does the altitude work for that too? So,
the
for
map is
example,
triangular,
that
it's very
second
simple.
chieftain.
Right. So the BRDM here is at level 2 because it's on a hill.
Right.
Their terrain is 0. The tops of any trees or cities are at 1. So
Yeah.
you basically need to have the lower unit needs to be farther from whatever obstacle it is, whatever the last obstacle is.
The obstacle needs to be closer to the hill
Closer
than
to the hill.
ground part.
Okay.
So
So,
what I'm-
this woods in what is it? I-13 blocks it,
Yeah.
right? And the town blocks it.
Right. So
Right,
nobody west of the bridge is gonna, or northwest of the bridge is gonna
Right.
see anything. But I want to check the line of sight to the tanks because I'm pretty sure that I do have a line of sight there, which I do
Good.
because this
Yeah,
hex
cut
here,
one. Yeah,
this hex here is 3 hexes from me, but it's more than 3 hexes to you, so it does not block. This is at
Gotcha.
level 1. I'm at level 2. You're at level 0. So that's kind of like the place I want to cover the road from. And yeah, my BRDM is at risk because you could activate and then blow them away. We'll see how that goes. So, but I always, you could ask Jeff. I take a lot of risks. So I think I'm gonna send a tank with him and take a pot shot because the BRDM can't do anything there. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. And
4.
then I'm gonna do. It's 3. Oh, it's 4. Yeah, he's always catching me here. 4. Okay, so I have 1 die to make 4 against your HQ grouping. Your tank that has the HQ on it, and that's all I'm going to do. It's a ping, and we'll see what we get here. Hopefully, I get something decent, which I did not. I got a 3. I needed a 4, but that's all right. Okay.
That's everybody.
Yeah, that's everybody. So I'm just going to reduce it down to 1 marker because everybody is ops complete, including the disruptive guy. So not a great turn.
I thought it was a great turn.
Yeah. I'm glad you had.
I was pretty happy with that.
That's all good. That's what we addict people by giving them a 120 to fire, and then they're like, "When's the next time I can do that? When's the next time?" And then we hide.
right. It's the last time this will ever happen.
Right. It's like, I'll be down in the valley. I'll be behind those woods so fast, going, "What happened, comrade?" It's like,
Right.
Okay, so that's good. So we got the next draw. So first thing comes off is the
oh,
ops
you
complete.
did get the next draw. Okay. Right.
Oh, good.
So
Okay.
here's the kind of decision you have is like you're like, wow, I can blow them away, and you will lose a move if you do that.
If we just fired 1 tank,
Yeah,
we
these
would.
are the kinds of this is the platoon level it's operational tactics, but it's platoon level tactics. Right. Do I fire half and lead with 1? Do I fire both? Do I lose a move? You really have to think tactically as opposed to worrying about the rules.
Yeah.
Well, I think, Jeff, I'm looking at his, he's got quite a bit here that's already south of that smoke and the wrecks and stuff that he could really shoot into the town to create a lot of problems. I feel like to a certain degree we have to try to handle both things, right? We don't want to just stop here for sure.
No. We want to get our supporting units into the town still.
Right.
So my thoughts are, you got a couple options. You have the headquarters stack here. He can shoot these guys on the hill, right? The other thing you do is you just have the headquarters call in a smoke mission, right on Hex, and then he can't do anything about that.
I like that idea.
See if you have smoke on you, you can only see into an adjacent Hex.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I like that idea.
Hex all together. Now, and you could do a combination. So because it's onboard artillery, it's during the operations phase. So you could say, "Hey, I'm going to have 1 tank shoot at either the BRDM or the T-80 and see what happens, and then the other tank can move. But before you move the HQ, you would want to call in the smoke mission. The only sequencing problem is you don't want to move the HQ before you call in the mortar. So
all right,
but before we even do that, first thing you want to do is roll 2 dice against your morale training value, which is a 7.
7, right?
And so
Okay.
you can rally this guy. Yeah.
Procedurally, do
So you're not
move
moving. You're not moving your HQ, right? First things.
Yeah, I
first,
think we're going to keep the HQ right where it is.
So then the next
Okay.
thing you do is you would check to reload, which there isn't any, and then you would check to undisrupt, which is what we're doing now. And you roll against the morale training value that's on the card that was picked, which is a 7 generally for NATO.
7.
Yeah.
So we need 2 rolled plus between
2 die 6, yeah. 2 die 6, 7 or less.
Ah,
Nope. Okay, that's fine.
Oh, all right.
shaken.
Yes.
That's their death knell.
Shaken, not stirred.
Yes.
So keep in mind, he has no opportunity fire right now because everybody is ops complete.
Right. Everybody's
Well,
committed.
and
They've done their
also-
thing.
Just because the unit is disrupted, you can still move with it. You just can't move
Yes.
towards. That's something that a lot of people who have played Panzerleiter, Panzer Blitz, they carry over that disrupted can't move. No.
Yeah.
That's the disruption.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. That's the difference between dispersed in Panzer Blitz and
Right.
disrupted in World at War.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So-
And that disrupted unit still spot for the
No. It can't
No,
do
okay.
anything functional. It can't fire. It can't spot. But it can move. And there's 2 things actually that make this game unlike other tactical games at this level. One is because your disrupted can move. As long as it doesn't get closer to something it can see, it can move. Now, of course, you're moving away and you move out of line of sight. That's great. Well, somebody will go, oh, I'll just munchkin it and I'll move back in line of sight. As soon as you move back in line of sight, you must immediately stop. So, but you have the flexibility to continue to move along the line of where you were. You're just not getting any closer because they've already, peppered you. The other thing is command is flexible. You can be outside of the HQ range of your HQ. You just have to make a morale training roll. If you do, it's just as if you were in command. So having the option to have somebody be a flanker makes it different because you can't sit there and go, oh, well, it's hard and fast that the Soviets are always going to be within the 4 hexes of the HQ.
Right.
So first move I do. Let's disrupt the others. Let's just move them into M2, or we can even move them into M3. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think
line
he's
of
dead
fire.
where he is, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I
he'll
think
be
he's
dead
where
if
he
we
is.
do-
Yeah. So we can go 2, 3, sit right here
Yep.
behind M3 for the moment.
Yep.
Hide in the woods.
And what I'm
And the
going to
question
do
is, we'll do it the other one. We can figure out the other one later, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
there we go. Okay,
And
so
then, go ahead, Jeff.
we don't want to keep both tanks here because it is going to back up everybody. So
Right. We want to keep
Well,
moving.
that would-
He can't shoot it.
So what I would do is move the tank that's not with the HQ down the road. Right? He's
Okay.
only going to move 5, so he doesn't have the capability to move outside of the range. So you can continue moving him down. Then what we can do is we have the other tank with the headquarters try to take out this T-80 up here on the hill. And if we don't, we smoke them.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds
And we
good.
may smoke him anyways because you got the BRD in there as well. And he's going to want to play all sorts of tricks with that mortar.
Right. And then does it make sense? So this hill here at H4, does it make sense to pull the chieftain up on the hill, or do you think we're looking for cover in the town, or?
If you put the chieftain on the hill, he is literally exposed on a bald hill. So anything I have, my tank up at level 2 can see him, but my guys in the valley, maybe my HQ most likely can see him.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it this turn, but you may want to you may want to put him in I5 or I6, and then next activation we could do it. Because then he could actually move 1 hex up onto the hill, and then still have moving fire capability.
Right. Okay. So we'll get him down here towards the town.
Yeah.
That's probably a good first move. Yeah. And then let's take a shot with our tank, huh?
Yep. So that would be
so much fun.
Yeah.
Range of 10.
People forget there's a lot of other things, but yeah, tank versus tank is really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so range is 10, so we'd get 6 dice hitting on a 3.
Oh my god.
I like that.
Yeah.
Let's take it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Fire.
What?
Oh, we got 5 hits.
Oh, okay. So it's 5 potential hits.
Wow.
Now,
These guys
I
are
have-
dialed in.
I have 4
These
to
guys
make
are-
5, but I get 1 for having a height advantage, and I get 1 for the woods.
Yeah.
So I have, as a heavy armor, something that has an armor value that is not a light armor, that doesn't have a gold circle. the maximum you can take is 2 additional dice. So I'm at my maximum, but it's 6 to make 5.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm going to get 5, but believe it or not, I have had a situation where somebody rolled 5 against me, and then I rolled 5.
I've seen worse.
Hey, where were these dice rolls when I freaking played?
Oh,
There you go. So I got 1. So I'm smoked.
Ooh.
And we disrupted the BRDM.
And you disrupt the because you got 4. Well, I saved 1, so you only
Yeah,
got.
and we got 5.
But you had 5, right? So the first 3 kill the tank. The excess hit goes on to the BRDM, and he disrupts. Also, because there were 4 unanswered hits, we have to roll Devin's favorite thing to see if there's fire or if you rubbled
got the
hex.
counter out.
Please get the counter. All right, so that's a die 6. I'm going to roll that. I'm going to roll it on the red one just for Devin. And a 4 does nothing. A 5 would have rubbled the hex. A 6 would have started a fire.
I would like to state now, and I say this every time we play, I prefer the Storm in the Gap fire rules.
Forget about it. Forget about it.
I know, get over it.
We got so many complaints, but boy, was it fun on the big map.
You know what? Honestly, I don't care about other people's complaints. I had fun with the fire rules and Storm in the Gap.
You can play them, Devin. There is no law
I
that
tell
says
you-
you cannot play whichever one. Yeah, you can.
You should join our Operation Red Gauntlet game because we've had plenty of fire in that game.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, the fires almost did the jobs of the West Germans and got rid of the the Soviet airborne that were annoying, which unfortunately won the day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think you did something you didn't expect, but that's okay. I'm hoping that I have an angle on that. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
So now, we just want to boogie on down the road.
yeah.
Oh,
So move everybody.
so the one question here, so like with where the headquarters is, if we call in smoke now with the headquarters, the mortar's going to stay here, but he'll still be in range. And these guys have movement. Again, they're not going to get far enough away from the headquarters. So if you want to move them up, we can move them up. Or we could smoke that hex if we're worried about his BRDM.
And so, what is the threat for the BRDM then? What do we?
He can call that.
He's going to rally.
Yeah, he can call in his mortar for indirect fire, including smoke missions.
Okay, right.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's necessarily a threat, but he's going to maximize the irritation level.
Yes.
Right.
Look, as you see, just solidified my entire approach. 1 hex of smoke on you forces you to move because you can't see to fire, and if you're going to fire, otherwise you're going to move. It'll slow you down because it costs a movement point to enter a smoke hex.
Yeah.
So I had a thought, Jeff. What about moving this second chieftain? Because firing with these chieftains is like the best thing ever. What if we moved the chieftain up across the bridge, pulled it onto that open field, and fired at the BRDM?
Okay,
you can do that. So just to keep in mind,
we want to move everything else first, right? Because we want to.
You don't want to block the bridge. So the thing to keep in mind with the chieftains is they don't have advanced moving fire. So if he moves 2, he's going to lose 2 dice. He'll be rolling 2 dice at 3 against the BRDM. Not bad at all, and that's certainly a valid thing to do.
BRDM.
Yeah, because he's going to get 2 dice at 5 and 1 die at 6.
Okay, and we would get 2 dice to hit, and we would need 4s or greater because we moved 1.
3s. No, 3s.
Oh, we don't have a penalty on the movement.
Yeah. Well, hit number only changes based on the range.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
You're at regular. You're your printed range. So between half and your printed range, so you get what's on the counter, which is a 3 or better. Which is not bad.
You could do the same with the striker technically too. Just move him 1 hex, and then he could fire as well. But
he has an additional defense against that because you're firing that you would be firing an anti-tank-guided missile, wire-guided missile.
You're already maximized. You're already maximized.
Well, yeah, that's true. It would be an extra die. So
okay, yep.
But I don't get an extra die because I'm already getting 2.
So yeah, if you're going to do that, then let's move the other guys down the road.
Yeah, let's get the other guys down here first. So the striker can go 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you think J5?
If you go, J5 is fine.
J6. Go as far as you
I
can.
don't think he can get that
No,
far.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he says that's as far as he can go.
That's as far as you can go. Yeah.
J6 he's saying because it will be in the line of sight of his BMP.
Oh.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He can't do opportunity fire, but then we're at the mercy of who activates next. And we're getting into a position where we're in the defense, so we might as well let him come to us.
Yeah, for sure. Once we start to get in here. Now, so what about this FV, the 432 with the infantry on it? What do you?
Ultimately, we want to be in J7 with them
Okay, so we should
and
get there.
unload the infantry. Yeah.
And we have to go across that bridge. I mean, we could go around to the south, but that's a long haul.
Yeah, that's a long way. So yeah.
So we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You want to keep them separate?
Yeah, I'd still keep him separate. It's not going to make any difference. He'll still be able to make it into the town and unload next turn.
Right. Or this
Next
time we
activation.
go there. Okay, so now it's decision time, right? So do we want to drop smoke? Do we want to move the chieftain and take a shot?
You know what? I think we use the other chieftain to take the shot, but we got to move the mortar first.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We get to I4. That looks okay.
Yep.
And then let's do. Now we can move. So he's a movement of 5, so it's rounded down for that penalty. So
Rounded
we
down,
move
yeah.
to H2.
If he moves three, if he moves
Yeah.
3, he can't do it.
So we'll go here and then take that shot.
Yeah.
At the BRDM. And so we rolled 2 dice and we need 3s or greater?
Yep.
All right. Fire. Oh, good. 2 hits.
Boom, boom.
These guys are dialed in, huh?
Yeah. I've got
Your luck is usually not this good.
1 to make
Yeah.
6.
Yep.
And 2 to make 5.
Oh!
Oh my god, 3 1s. Okay, he's very
Wow.
dead. We do need
that
to
was-
roll for possible fire rubble again, which I will roll. Because
Fire.
No, we only got 2
Fire.
hits. We only got 2 hits.
oh, we only got 2.
He was
hits.
disrupted.
Fine.
He was already
Oh.
disrupted. We didn't need to.
Well, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. If you got
So you need
3
more
hits,
excess hits when you
Yeah,
roll
you need-
for fire and
Well,
rubble.
no, you need 3 unanswered hits of any kind.
Oh,
So
okay.
You
Got
know,
it.
if you had 5 I saved 2, that's still 3 unanswered.
All right.
But you
Yep, that
did
makes
4
sense.
unanswered, which happened to get you some extra.
Well,
So,
that
yeah.
took care of that guy.
Soviet casualties mounting.
They are. I'm spending units.
As would be the Soviet
Are you-
style, I
are
imagine.
you
We do have
spending-
one
Yeah.
last thing, right? We have we have the Scorpion down here,
Yep.
which is a second recon unit.
Yes.
You know, I would suggest.
Yeah.
Just move him down to here. Maybe in 08. Actually, 2 of the tanks that were threats are no longer there, so maybe not. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Either P. What is that? P6 or
P6?
06. You know.
Take the
maybe
town?
I'd go to 06.
Sure.
Let's slow him down with these
Yeah.
BMPs zipping down the edge.
These
So-
brave lads here are probably sealing their doom, but it's like
That's
speed bump
recon
strategy. Yeah. The old speed bump strategy.
And that's it for everybody.
And that is it. Everybody's still under command control, too, at the moment, anyway, right?
Yes.
Unless
Yep.
he
Yeah.
disrupts the
Yeah.
headquarters. Okay.
All right. So the British are close to their objective. They're going to take some casualties coming in, I'm almost sure. But next card,
Let's go again.
probably.
No.
First one.
Come on. 50% chance.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, see, that's it. If it had ended, I'd have a chance to actually, do some damage on your way into the town.
Right, because
Now
you
you're gonna do
can't
damage to
use
me.
opportunity fire, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we try to rally this guy.
Yes,
First,
you do.
is
But you
that
check
right?
your
Well,
HP
first we're going to want to check.
Hang on, let me go top view for that. Ooh.
So first, what we want to do is decide if we want to keep the headquarters where it is. Everybody's in command. They're not going to really move much farther. So I would say yes. Let's go ahead and keep the headquarters where they are.
What about for the next turn, though? Does that mean that we're going to...
What we can do is pick up the HQ and put them on a guy that's down this way.
Okay. And there's no penalties or no disadvantages to that?
No, just
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So
Okay.
here's my thought. So these two chieftains, they can move to N12 and hit the T80 here. Now they're going to be reduced. The one will be only 2 dice at 4 or at 3,
Right.
and the other guy with the headquarters will be 4 dice at 3. So between the 2 shots, it'll be pretty good. I would think. So,
All right.
and that's
And
the
we
reason I
should
like
take
the headquarters there. So
One thought I had was maybe we could take the headquarters shot first and see what kind of damage we get, and if that's not good, then we could just screw
move the other guy.
just forego the other guy. Yeah.
So first thing we want to do is rally the disrupted scimitar. So we would need
Jeff,
to roll.
could you rally him? I don't seem they didn't listen to me last time. Do you feel?
Okay, sure. So you're not using the blue dice.
Oh, the blue dice are the low ones. Look at that. They're not only. Does a hero spawn or something with like a 2?
Authority.
It goes to show you how all of us wargamers are so saturated with ASL terms.
Well, Jeff, whatever you said, I don't know what you said to them, but they are amped up now.
He became a British equivalent of a commissar and waved his pistol.
When the game Republic of Rome, I had such great oratory.
There you go. That was amazing. That was the rally roll.
Now, Micah, I'll let you know that Jeff always tells me I have incredible luck with the dice.
Yes.
That is not the case here today.
Okay. I think if we so far, I mean, things can change, right? But we've had some good rolls. These chieftains have had some really good rolls, without a doubt.
Yeah.
We should not have done anywhere close to this much damage for sure.
No, I'm not. No. I'm not so sure about that because you got 120 in normal range. You're supposed to do that. It's really a question of you get the first shot, and that was me giving you the first shot because I'm like, well, maybe I could get in position for the next turn. It's that next turn thing where I have to think of the next turn, not the next activation, because the next activation is next turn.
So here's the other option we got too. Just to keep this in mind, you have your scimitar here. He can then call in smoke on this guy, or smoke in front of this BMP, like here. So now we can start irritating him and forcing him to move out of his positions and everything like that.
And we can decide that after we hit the T80, right?
Correct.
That seems like our first thing is let's move one, take a shot at the T80 with the headquarters.
Yep.
See what happens, and then we could drop some smoke maybe to take that other shot away, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So go ahead, move your headquarters, move it with the.
All right.
I would ask you to check that line of sight again.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So from H2, right?
I let Jeff check the line of sight because he's better with the thing. Yeah, it clips the end of that hill hex. Goes right across that corner.
So
you have to go one more hex to have a line of sight to him.
Oh, that would work.
So basically, we go to G3.
Right.
Okay.
Now, does the wreck in the way obscure the fire at all?
If there were just like the cultivated, and if there were 2.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So 12.
12.
Yeah. 12.
Yeah, so you're in normal range.
So we get 4 shots?
We're going to get 4. Yeah, so 4 minus 2 for moving fire, plus 2 for the headquarters. 4 dice at 3.
All right, fire. Oh, not as good.
Oh, there we go. Much better.
Okay. That's not good at all.
So I'm sitting in the open here, but I got 4 to make 5.
Yep.
Green one's here.
Oof.
One save.
So he's disrupted.
One disrupted. Okay.
Yeah, I can say from experience that I was playing someone and I don't remember whether I rolled the 5 hits or they rolled the 5 hits, but then 5 saves were rolled. So we were laughing our heads off for like
I say in for a penny, in for a pound, and move the other chieftain into a.
All right. Here we go. Fire, right? So we get 2 rolls, right?
This is
2 dice.
2.
All right, and we need 3s or better.
3. Yep.
He's already taking on a.
Ah, we only got 1 hit.
All right.
Yeah.
So I've got the same
These guys are coming back down to earth.
4 to make 5.
Oh, wow, we got lucky.
Missed.
He's had bad luck with the saves too.
He's reduced.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's still one more T80 behind it somewhere, right?
Yeah, he has 2 dead and 3 on the board, 2 of which are disrupted and reduced. So
Gotcha. Okay. So we've taken a dent out of those T80s anyway.
Yeah. So
all right. So that's activated.
Yeah.
So what about smoke in front of that BMP then in the woods there?
Yeah, so like you could use the scimitar here as a spotter,
Okay.
and
Scorpion, yeah.
S2 would be a perfect spot to.
All right. So let's try that. And do we roll? We have to roll for.
Or even R2 in case he rallies the T80. That would block any fire on the scimitar from that T80.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that.
Fire for effect.
And
Roll
what do we
one
have to
die
roll?
for accuracy.
Roll a 6.
Yeah, you don't want a 6.
Okay. Like that.
Like that. All right. So now we roll to see which direction it scatters, and it'll go.
So this is 1, and then we work clockwise. So roll one die.
All right. 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's not too bad.
And then you roll a second die. It may go a second hex.
Yeah,
it may stay there, or it may check fire.
We do it again.
4 or 5 drips again. 6 is a check fire.
Drifts again.
Okay, roll for direction again. Same.
Yeah, it could go right back where it was. Oh, it's
back where it was.
Okay, yeah.
Fire.
Okay, yeah. That's it.
2. It went into
No,
the
wait.
woods.
Hold on. You rolled a 6. You scattered direction 3. You rolled a second 6. That's check fire.
Check fire. Yeah, that's check fire.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It dispersed so much.
Right. That means your mortar fire. Your mortar check fire, but there's still ops complete.
That was that. Yeah. Anyway.
That was helpful. Thank you. That was very helpful.
Yeah, that could cause some pain here, but we can still get into the town, right?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
I
don't see why you couldn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely move the first thing to do is move the FV here and unload the infantry. So unloading costs half your movement. So the so you have 3 movements left.
Fine, yeah. And then we put
and technically you could unload it either hex in the hex or an adjacent hex.
Do you like the adjacent hex then, or you like J7?
You know what? We just need to hold 1 hex, so I just say let's stick with that right there.
Okay, sounds good. All right. And that means they are done, right?
So the question is, what to do with this striker?
Yeah.
Don't we want to move up into L6 and blow his stuff up as he tries to come into the town? Or is that too fragile?
Unfortunately, it costs 4 movement points to L6, so we won't be able to fire this turn if we move into L6. So,
couldn't we? Oh, right. Okay.
And we could move in. We could move into L5 and then fire at the BMP.
I like being in the town, open. Yeah. The chieftain could go 1,
or even move into here first and wait for next turn to get into L6. Because you've activated it already, right, Keith?
Yeah, he's activated. Yeah,
this is your second activation.
Okay, so it's just unless there's something happens with the battlefield event, he's not going to activate again. So we just go to L6 then, I guess.
And we could put the chieftain right there, right?
In fact, I'd probably think the chieftain might be a better.
Right. Could get some nice power. He's sitting in the town. He's all buried up. He's got to come across that open ground there. I mean, he'll drop some smoke and things will get ugly, but it's a good place to be, I would think, huh?
But at this point, he has to come to us, so I don't really even care if he puts smoke there.
So it doesn't matter. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4.
4, yeah.
Did we flip the smoke at the end of last turn, or did I drop that this turn? I dropped that last turn, so that should be flipped.
Yeah.
That should be smoke thinning.
Oh.
There we go.
All right, so that's moved. And then what about this striker and the scimitar, huh? And the scorpion. We still haven't done anything with the scorpion either, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
So I would almost.
Where you
Well, I would keep. What's he got left? He has 3 BMPs, right? Or 2?
Mm-hmm. 3.
Okay.
3 BMPs.
1, 2, 3, 2. Yeah, I would probably just scuttle this guy here because we don't want to give him a free pass coming into this woods. You know?
Okay, right.
Oh, come on.
Yep.
Okay, so just move them up in the woods and wait for them to come in?
Yeah,
Like that?
yeah.
Okay.
Make him worry a little bit.
Yeah. Enough problems. So that
Who,
guy's
me
done.
worry? I don't worry.
And this Scorpion can't fire at anything, huh?
He could. He could actually even hit the T80.
Yeah.
T80. It's
But
just
you're only going to roll one die at 6. So how lucky you think you are?
Is there anything else we could do with him that would be otherwise beneficial? Could we push up into this woods right to his south here, the T4 and T3?
Yeah, this only costs 5 movement points, and
Right.
to keep him honest. But let's see.
And then he's got a.
Yeah, he can't unload onto you. So yeah, this would be not getting too close because you don't want to get close to his unloaded infantry.
Okay.
Because he could do a move of 3 movement points, then unload the infantry adjacent. So
Right.
he's just a little short for that. So yeah, so that would be a good one because we'll be fresh, and then the next turn, if he goes first, he's gonna have to contend with some opportunity fire there.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a good.
Let's try it.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
Go wrong.
Wow, this is a big X.
That is a big app. You could flip the.
Yeah. You can use that when I do say the whole gun. Thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some more X's up here.
Yeah, and the red, they flip red and blue. So
Okay. And then the last thing then we have is that striker. What do you think about finding a home for that? There's no defensive benefit to being in this cultivated terrain, right?
Not for vehicles.
Infantry get
Okay,
1.
right. Yeah.
If you want, see that'd be 3. He can't move that. Yeah, and he has the exact same range as the BMP, so we can't get any range advantage on that.
Right. Unless we moved in and just hope we got the first shot, but that seems pretty bold for.
I almost think like an I-5 would be good here because he can hit this gap here if he decides to come across first. He could move up onto the hill, which would hit his backfield, and it also cuts across here. So,
All right, let's do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next card.
Should be the end ops.
It's end of the turn, right? Yeah.
Oh, did we already have our?
No, you still haven't had the random event.
Oh, the battle
Which
event.
is right
The
there.
battle event.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
There we go. Let's see what we got. 7. That means it's a friction.
Friction.
We go to the other side of the card.
Now,
And
since
we
you
get
rolled the friction
an 8.
again, could you turn the objective marker from B
No.
to A?
No.
No, it's so specific. It says no.
This
I
is
remember reading the rules on that too. Yeah.
This event is called Survivors Regroup. That's why we have the rally point.
Oh.
And whoever gets this gets to choose one of their previously destroyed 2-step units, place it on its reduced side within 2 hexes of any other friendly unit, etc. And then there's the rest of the stuff. If you have no destroyed units, this roll has no effect. I have destroyed units. I'd really like to get this. So we roll a die 6. 1, 2, 3. You get to do it. 4, 5, 6. I get to do it.
Let me go ahead and push a 1.
Yeah, push a 1.
Go ahead.
Oh! I saw that 5 come up.
Thank God.
Right.
We worked so hard to kill those T-80s.
I know. I was going to say, then they just magically come back to life here. That would have been a bummer.
But you don't have anything destroyed, so the event doesn't do anything. You just kept it from me.
Yep.
And that's the turn, I think, right?
Yeah, that's it, right?
Boop, there we go. Okay.
Would this be an okay time to make a quick bathroom run? I'll be just 2 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. I'll be right back. Thanks, guys.
And the smoke disappears.
Any questions from the audience?
No, everybody's been very quiet. It's not like they want to talk to us or something.
Well, if they have any questions.
Hey, Art. Good to see you there.
Yeah, hey, Art. I did see you come in the room. We lost Hexy, though.
Yeah.
Well, Art's still in the room.
Yeah, Art's
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yep. And any comments? Any suggestions?
Well, the artillery seems better than ours.
I don't know. Yeah. The British mortar is way off base. Yeah. So what was it? Were we on turn 4? We're beginning.
Yes.
Okay. So
I
still
forgot
8
to
more
read-
turns to go.
I forgot
So
to
there's
read the
kind of
turn
rush
record
on it.
track.
Yeah. There isn't a rush for you to get to the town. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You take all the time you want.
Unfortunately, I need it, so.
Yeah. Like I said, we're in a position where you gotta come for us.
Yes, we do. Yeah, what's up?
That's blocked.
That's blocked? Oh, yeah, because the
So your headquarters, because it's a rough,
the rough, yeah.
rough and the cultivated here. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, one thing about casualties, it makes it easier to be within the
Command range.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no
Sure.
problem.
All
Shuffle
right.
that.
Thanks again for
All right,
doing
look
this.
at
This is fantastic. I'm having a great time.
Excellent. Excellent. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
Check is in the mail.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here.
I especially like how you worked it out so that our chieftain tanks would have amazing accuracy. That was really kind of you.
we built that into the counter.
Yeah, it was built
7.
in.
Oh my god.
For first
Yeah.
time player, we always let the first couple attacks do really, really good. So kind
Right,
of
right. I can tell.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, who wrote that tabletop 200? So I just rolled a 7 again on Battlefield Event, which means it's Battlefield Friction again. That's the third. You normally get like 1, we got 3. And this is an 11. So 11 is
Global.
coordination
Subordinate
effort.
commanders fire awaiting higher command and begin coordinating their own. Each player rolls 1d6. Each removes as many disrupted markers as their respective role.
Of course, this is terrible for the first row because there are no disrupted markers. Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
This is good.
Right,
I'm
so
gonna
you
roll
can
it down
roll,
to us.
and, if you roll a 2 or better, you get to remove your disruption.
But of course, I rolled a 1.
That serves you right.
of
Hey.
course.
Unfair. We couldn't take it. If we couldn't take advantage of it,
myself.
Hey.
All right, we're gonna take it off of this guy. I can't do
if we couldn't take advantage of it, you shouldn't either.
think of how many 1s I have rolled.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Excellent. I like that. Okay, next card.
Yeah.
That was very helpful, actually. That's half my job this turn.
Enter.
Ooh, it could be a short turn. That doesn't help me.
Oh, he steals a march.
Okay. So this is interesting because I believe I have a line of sight to him from the BMPs.
Devin, I'm just going to do something here.
Yeah, sure, go for it. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. I don't know why we didn't do that before. Oh, because I always think it's connected to the turn record track. Although,
Yeah.
I could shift everything closer
have a
so
line
I'm
of
not
sight.
having
I
to
like that.
pan a little.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah.
This
Okay,
is
so
cool.
Mike, you got to keep your eyes peeled for any sneaky moves by Mr. Tracton. You want to take a shot on anything that moves.
Right.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. I have a shot from the tank that just stood there, but I got to do my HQ stuff first. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move my HQ up, which keeps everybody in command.
You're not moving, you're placing it.
I'm placing it right. But it keeps everybody in command, including the mortar. I'm going to roll to Actually, you know something? Yeah, I'm going to roll to undisrupt. And I need a 6. So now I should roll low. But no! Okay, we're never allowed to move again. What can I say? There's nothing to reload. There's no off-board artillery. So we go into actions, and here's where I am going. Now, I could take a shot with my HQ.
Yep.
Against the
Chieftain.
the chieftain. So there's only one in there, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's just one. Yeah.
I could take a shot with the BMP over here.
Yep.
Okay, which you'd get an extra die because
We're going to get 2 dice extra because of concealment anyways.
right, it's concealment anyway.
Third detective here asking.
Or I could err on the side of caution and move and not fire yet.
Yeah, because the
prepare
chieftain
to fire.
would get 5 dice at 5 defense.
Right. So I could also drop mortar fire on top of your chieftain, which I think is a normal shot. Is that right, Jeff? Because he's a 1.
Yeah, we'd get our full armor plus the terrain.
Right. Exactly. So that's not the best thing to do. However, we could try and drop smoke on him, which would seriously help things because that would give me the ability to basically move where I want to go. I put him there. Put him there. That also takes care of the. Trying to calculate the. I'll tell you what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to calculate the angle that here where I can block him and block him at the same time, so I can get in this gap here.
Yeah.
So that means I'm gonna probably end up somewhere in here. Yeah, it's got to be here. But it can't be here. It's got to be here or here. And if I do it here, now there's a hole right where I'd start. And if I do it here, then there's a hole where I'm going. So, this is terrible. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with my original plan. I am not firing just yet, but what I am going to do is what Jeff was afraid I was going to do. Actually, I'm going to do it with this guy first. 1, 2.
Yep.
And then I'm going to unload the infantry here. And
So we could even shoot with our chieftain here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have with our HE.
I won't deploy that yet.
Yeah. With our HE, it's range of 5, 3 dice at 5. Because it's at range 8, it'd be 3 dice at 6. So we probably just want to hold our fire at that point.
Yeah, that might be better. I mean, he's going to give it that. What is that thing called again? The
spandrel.
Oh, is that
Spandrel,
a spandrel?
those
I
look
thought
pretty-
it was a sagger.
It's
Yeah.
a spandrel. It's a spandrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not talking, your mother's.
Even worse.
Right.
Better, depending on your point of view.
Right. So then I'm going to deploy him here.
Yep.
He still has 3 movement points. So he's going to go 1, 2, and stay there. And then he's got that. Yeah, we're going to get the heck out of here. Okay. So he's going to go 1, 2, and deploy him, here. No. Here. Well, I got 2. So, okay. So these guys are done for the moment. I'll just mark this for a second just so I know. My disrupted guy. Anybody see the hell? He can move back. But he doesn't want to. My HQ, I can do that, or I can do that. I'm going to drop smoke on the chieftain.
Okay.
HQ is going to spot.
Yep.
I roll a die 6. If I roll a 6, it scatters. Otherwise, it's on target. Well, that's 6 coming up. Okay, so now we have smoke there. That's good. Now he can't see, which is nice.
And you can't see me.
I can't see you.
There we go.
Because I can't see.
So we're looking for things to shoot at, right, Jeff? We want to, because we get to reset everything when we move. So we just want to.
Yeah. If he moves into our line of fire,
Right.
Yeah. We'll take the
And once he
We'll
moves
take
the next piece, you can't go back and shoot the other one, right?
3,
correct. Yeah.
4, 5. Now you notice, no, I wasn't in the line of sight of anything moving in here, so I actually moved all the way down there.
What about that striker? That's blocked, huh?
It's blocked.
Yeah,
by
at the southern end of the woods.
Yeah, this.
You can only see. You can see that.
Yeah. T3 if he goes there. Yeah.
One, 2, 3. Do I really need to pick?
And you
on this
can't
striker?
opportunity fire with indirect fire.
No.
No.
So that the 432M is useless at the moment.
Yeah.
It's gonna disrupt me if I go that close.
I'm going to set these woods on fire, Jeff.
4.
Okay, so we got.
Like how you think.
Fire, right? The Scorpion
total
could fire, right?
Fire, fire.
He's moved 4 movement points so far.
Yes.
So we could do 2 at 6. He
That's
could.
the best
you know,
shot.
And technically, if he moved forward 1 more hex, but he really has no point in doing that. So he's probably just going to take his shot after we fire. So he's going to get
3 to make 3.
3 to make 3.
I will have the scimitar.
His defense is 4 dice at 5. So here's the trade-off.
Yeah, this is the calculated risk of do I do this? I'm like, I can't be scared of a scorpion.
Yeah, here's the
As
trade-off.
long as I'm not at point blank range with him, which I'm not.
So the decision you got to make, Mike, is this: you can shoot now and be a 2 dice at 6 against 4 dice at 5, and then if he survives, he's going to get 3 dice at 3, and we're going to get 1 at 6 and 1 at 5. If you
He's a depleted unit, though, isn't it? Isn't it a 2 at 4?
I start at 3 dice instead. I start at 2 dice instead of.
Well,
starting
if you look, his armor here is 4 dice at 5.
Yeah, the armor never
Oh,
changes.
I was talking.
Yeah.
Okay. When he fires, though,
He has the
I have 2 dice
headquarters.
to make 4 instead of 3 because I'm reduced. But
Yep.
with
Gotcha.
enhanced move and fire, you can't go lower than 1. So my 2 becomes a 1, but then I still add 2 for the HQ, so I'm at 3.
gotcha. Oh, you had 3. Okay, yeah.
So if you fought, let's assume he survives any opportunity fire. If you fire at him, your defense will be 1 at 6, 1 at 5. If you don't fire at him, it'll be 1 at 6, 2 at 5.
Yeah,
So-
I think the odds are better to not fire, right? Because the chances are we're not going to do anything.
Yeah, 2 dice at 6.
Yeah.
Against 4 dice.
Against 4 dice.
If he was in B3 and it was point blank range, I'd probably take the shot.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. No, that math isn't very good for us at all, is it?
Yeah.
So you are not firing?
We're
Yeah,
not
we're
going
not going to fire. Yeah.
Then I am firing. 3 to
Yes.
3.
Brave Scorpion, hang tight.
Oh, much better.
2 hits.
But I only got
2
2.
hits.
Yeah. So we need 1 at 6 for defense first.
All right, I'll roll that. Get a 6. Oh, no. Okay.
And now 2 at 2 dice at 5.
2 at 5.
2 at
1 for
5.
the woods, 1 for concealment.
Oh, that's
All right. 2 hits
Nice.
scored. So he's reduced and disrupted.
And, okay.
All right. And then
We have to flip him over too, right?
Yeah, I did that. Yep.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, see, it's
Oh,
he's
yeah,
down.
got it. Oh, I couldn't see the gray bar there. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. First casualties.
Right? Oh, you have one more guy?
I do
Yeah.
have one more guy. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I just want to check
man.
something here.
Not far enough.
No.
No, definitely not. I wonder if we could do.
It's the hex that blocks line of sight, right? Not the iconography, right?
Correct.
Correct.
It's in
Right.
that case, it's definitely not like squad leader.
We like to keep things simple.
Yes.
Yeah, they can't see nothing. Question is, where do I want to end up here? They've got smoke. They've got that. I've got the woods. And he can move up and fire. So we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me make sure I only have one unit there. Yep. 5, 6. Wait, if I go 5, 6, that's even better. I get a shot. 1 to make 3. It only takes 1. Ping!
Oh.
Okay. I got 1. You have the same 1 to make 6, 2 to make 5.
All right. He's going to save his life right here. There we go.
There he
Oh,
goes.
man. Oh, that's a second 6 you've rolled. Very nice. Very nice.
Mike has got the magic touch for
He's
this.
got the
I tell
magic
you.
going there.
I can't rally anybody, but they don't listen to me.
Right. Okay.
I can't fire smoke, but
We are all done. And now you
Yep.
get the rest of the turn to do anything you want.
Well, maybe
Hopefully,
not.
right?
Could be an
Maybe not.
could be an end-ups card.
British, let's get some
Oh,
action.
there.
There we go.
Wait, what
Nice.
is it? What are the odds here? Never tell me the odds.
Yeah, never tell me the odds.
So now's the time
Does
when
the
the British
smoke flip
rushed me. Because you could.
Well, first thing we want to do is decide what we want to do with the headquarters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this chieftain is outside the command range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This there. So both stacks in the town are out of command range.
If you leave the.
I'm really not worried about that because I think, I'm not worried about that because I don't think we're going to do anything with it anyways. You know. So
Then does the smoke flip over now, or does it flip over?
No, it flips
At
over
the
at
end of
the
the
end of the turn.
Oh, at the end of the turn. Okay.
So it will still be there next turn. That's the other advantage of it.
Right. Yeah, so there's not much we can do with that. I mean, we could move the chieftain out of the smoke, right?
we could.
Yes.
Like we
Yes, you
could
could.
perhaps even take a risk that we would get another activation. We could move it up to L5.
And we could fire two dice down at that reduced and disrupted T80. So,
Yeah. Where the infantry is, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
So, so here's the question. So if you took the headquarters, I'm sorry, where is it?
Where is the headquarters?
It's underneath the
Right.
chieftain
Oh,
there. Yeah,
oh,
sorry.
gotcha.
I think that was my bad. I stacked it up wrong.
No, there's no. It's
No.
all good.
So if you take the headquarters from this stack and place it with the chieftain to maximize your moving firepower from L5, you're going to have to roll for command for these guys.
Could we put it on the striker?
We could put it on the striker and both stacks would automatically be in command.
Right.
And actually, you know what you could do? It's a risk, but we can move the striker up. That gives us 2 movement points, and he could fire too.
Well, he's already moved and done all his stuff, though,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. That's what I'm saying. He's all
Oh,
obstacle.
I thought you said he. I thought you were meaning the Soviet. I thought you were meaning Keith, but that would be us that could fire. Yeah.
We could fire the strikers.
Blowing up stuff is fun. So, and we can move our chieftain down, and they can fire as well, right?
Yep.
Our 2 chieftains.
Oh no, they'd only be able to get to here after they move. If they move more than 2, they can't fire at all. So.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so if we're going to agree to put the headquarters there, then next thing we want to do is rally that scorpion. See if they can rally,
All
and
right.
then
They listen to you, Jeff. I think you should do the rally.
okay. I will be more than
It
happy.
was amazing. Yeah.
Okay.
Look at
Good
that.
enough?
Oh,
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
So, and the other thing, what do we want to do? Actually, you know what we can do?
I know what he's going to do.
So let's do the move with the striker first. We could put him up on the hill and then fire onto this.
Is that
T80.
got? Oh, it has range because it's up on the hill. It clears those woods and
Yeah,
three.
so
Is that-
well,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2,
No, no.
3, 4, 5. Ooh, no.
No, it doesn't clear it. It's got to be equal goes to the defender. It's got to be 5.
Yeah, no, I miscounted it. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 6.
Yeah, and I'm 6 in the other direction.
Okay, so we
So
can't.
that woods is like right in the middle of the line of sight.
Okay, and it has to be. It would have to be closer to us, right?
Right.
Right. Okay.
If I were 1 hex farther and I had no woods, or you,
Yeah, I counted when I miscounted 5 because I think I was counting from the counter to the
Coming from
woods.
there. Yeah.
And then
but,
6 there. That's what I miscounted that. Okay, so
But we could move it up into K6 and take a shot that way too, right? Into that cultivated ground.
sure.
I mean, that's still the same.
yeah, we could do we could do that too. It maximizes the shooting. Yeah, either J6 or K6. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, it clips the other M6. It clips the.
But K6 is fine, right?
Yeah, K6 is fine. You're staring right at him.
Or right
J5
there.
is fine.
J5.
Actually, yeah. Maybe I6. I would do I6 probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Do I6 because that gives
if
it
we're
the
moving-
opportunity to back up onto the hill there.
And I guess
So-
the question would be sequencing too, right, Jeff? Because if say for example we could conceivably fire at some of that infantry too, right? Oh, I guess those are
not with
gonna work.
the machine guns on the
yeah, that's not going to work, is it? Okay.
It'd be very weak. At best, we'd be doing like one die at 6 or something like that against them. So.
The HE on the chieftains can reach out to 10, I believe.
Yeah.
Right.
10. Hang on, let me take a look at this here. Yeah.
So what we can do is we can move the striker down 1, fire with 4
let's see what
dice.
happens. Yep.
And then we could, if we want, we can move this guy up and fire with 2 dice. And then what we can do is have the scimitar.
Have the scimitar clean up.
Have scimitar drops call in smoke there for S6 because he's definitely going to put the spangles there.
I'm thinking that's a great place for smoke. So yeah, let's fire with the striker first, right?
Yeah, hold on just a second. I want to check something here. Yeah, that clips the count. That clips that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I6 good. Yeah. So
we
range
need 4 dice. Is it
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? Yeah. So 4 dice at 4.
All right?
Minus -2 because of moving fire, and then +2 for the headquarters. So you're back up to 4.
Back up at 4. So we need 4 dice at 4. All right. Ready to fire?
Yep.
Fire. 3 hits.
Ooh, 3 hits.
Math is
I get
better than
6 to make 5. I get 4 for armor. I get because you're firing.
No. You get 4s. You get 4 at 4 and 2 at 5.
Oh, I'm sorry, 4 at 4 and 2 at 5, right? Because you're firing wire-guided missiles into woods.
Because it's missiles and he has reactive armor. His save number drops from a 5 to a 4.
Right. I'm gonna roll I'm gonna roll the 5 first.
God, that's not good.
Got one. All right. How many hits?
We just have to hit it once,
3.
right?
We got 3. Yeah, we only have to get one. Yeah, one.
Hang on. Let me. I gotta get a little closer to this here. See the 4. Here we go.
Oh, we got it.
Boom.
You got him.
Right?
Yeah, we got him.
Just got it.
Ouch.
Wow, that was lucky.
Now we have to roll for. It's missiles, so we have to roll for ammo. So you're gonna need to roll. 7 becomes a 9 because we have the headquarters with it. So a 9 or less on 2 dice, and we're good to go.
All right. Do you want to do that? I feel like that's a roll that I can fail.
Okay. And here come 2 dice. 6. So we're good to go.
Nice. Yeah. I think I like this teamwork and the die rolling. I think we've got this down.
Yeah, notice that, Keith? I'm rolling all these low dice.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. However, I'm just me. I can't split me into a high rolling Keith and a low rolling Keith.
So I'm almost of the opinion that we leave this chieftain in the smoke because he's perfectly protected from Keith's minions.
From nasty minions, right?
Yeah.
And the question, I guess, would have does it make any sense to try to take out that infantry at all?
We don't really have the means to do it, to be honest with you.
The chieftains can't do that?
Well, if you look at the chieftain, the HE firepower is range of 5, 3 dice at 5. So beyond range 5 hexes, you're rolling for 6s.
Oh,
right?
And we'd only get 1 die if we moved.
Yeah, we're only going to get 1 die if we moved. and he'll have
He gets
2 dice.
boatloaded.
A minimum of 2 dice at 5 on defense because there's a wreck, and plus the woods.
Okay. Yeah, that's not great math. And I think I like the idea of dropping smoke in the way instead, right?
Yeah. So we can move these 2 chieftains now. 1,
Right.
2, 3, 4. So I think a good spot would be H4 and H5, and we already established that his. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means he'll place a spandrel here. So, we don't want to do that.
Oh, come on.
I5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So you
Yeah,
notice
I5 and I7.
Just the threat of the spandrel is keeping you off that hill.
We
What
don't
about
need to take
I5 and J4? Like he'd have to come around that corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd work too.
And then we got a clear shot for anything that comes through that. Once he clears
And
those
then
woods.
after you move the chieftains, I would call in smoke on S3.
Okay. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 right there.
Yep.
And those guys have moved.
And who's calling in the smoke? Who's spotting?
And we might get another turn too, right?
Yeah. This guy right here can call in
I'm sorry.
S3.
Yeah.
So, call in smoke then? You want me to roll or you want to roll?
Yeah, I'm not a smoker, apparently.
Smoker.
My smoke went all over the place and then vanished. I don't even know where it went. They didn't fire it. Who knows what happened? There we
Here
go.
it comes.
Perfect.
Yeah. Where did all the smoke markers go?
It's right here.
Oh, there it is.
Devin's got it. Devin is of service.
Thank you.
And that means that fired, right?
Yeah. So, and then if you want, we definitely want to move this guy back. So maybe move him back.
No,
close.
leave him there. Leave him
2,
there.
3,
Come
4,
on.
5. Do we want to go any farther back? Do we want to get behind the town?
I mean, he could go 8. Yeah, P8 might be good.
Because once he comes up into the woods, we should be able to hit it with all of the stuff that we've
Yeah,
got.
P6. Yeah, P6 I think would be good. He can still drop down smoke along these fire lanes.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's going to do much, right? It seems like it's pretty beat up, and then
Yeah, we forced him to deploy his infantry, so
right.
But
Slow
I like
down.
to deploy my infantry.
you
I
can
got
say that.
fire.
You can say that all you want. Okay, I think we're done.
And that scimitar, we don't want to do anything with the scimitar. We just want to.
No.
He's just hanging out in the woods to hold the woods. Yeah.
Maybe we'll bring him up into this area close to the hill to look down at this way. But he has 2 spandrels, and I got a feeling that he'd be happy to take it out.
Right. Yeah. And those spandrels don't have any type of ammunition capacity. They could run out of ammo. You make a
you check ammo.
Yeah,
Right.
just they're never permanently out of ammo.
Probably going to fire for a while. Yeah, so those are pretty dangerous. Okay.
And this is actually
All
good
right,
timing because I think this is a good point for us to call it for the week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, is time up already? That went quick.
It is.
Wow, that was quick. Yeah. And we still haven't finished this turn. We could get one more activation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could get.
You want to just finish this turn, Devin? I know I'm asking a little bit. Yeah.
Fine.
Twisted it.
See.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Thank you,
There you
Devin.
go.
Thank you. Excellent. All right, so now we can start clean at the beginning of a turn.
So was that the end of turn 4?
That was the end of
Yeah.
turn
Yeah.
4, yeah.
Okay.
Could be stepping into turn
Wow.
5 next.
It moves fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And it ain't over yet. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh no,
It ain't over
I
yet.
don't. Yeah, I don't feel like it's even close to over. Yeah, it's only a third of the way done here. Yeah.
Okay,
We used up all our good rolls too.
Yeah. You keep thinking that.
Thanks so much for all the guidance with this. This was great. I mean, it's nice to have a lot of the rules overhead. This has really helped for me too in terms of kind of piecing together all the loose ends of the rules too. So This has been really fun.
Well,
Great. Thank you so much for joining us.
It doesn't hurt when you get to play with the designer and the co-designer of the game. So
There is that. But when I was playing before too, the thing that struck me about this game was, I think modern combat, or Cold War modern combat tends to have a lot of people think, wow, this is really complex. But one of the things that struck me as I was playing before was that this is actually a very streamlined game sequence and game flow. Things go fast. It doesn't get bogged down. And once you get the rules down, it just goes very smoothly. That was the thing that really impressed me. I feel like that's a hard thing to accomplish in Cold War and modern combat, especially at the tactical level, because it can get so complex. But the game does a really good job of kind of streamlining. Even as I was reading the rules today, I went through probably an hour and a half. I was just kind of looking through them and refreshing my memory and stuff. And I got to the end and I said, wow, that's it. This could be a lot more complex, but I think it's really been polished and it moves it flows nicely, which is makes it really fun to play.
Yeah, well, I want to say thank you for that because we worked really hard on that aspect.
They're
just
because it's so easy to add more mechanisms.
It's so easy to
add something,
Yep. And I love the counter design. It's the way the numbers are spread. It feels like there's been a lot of effort put into exactly that, which is really kind of keeping it streamlined so that you keep things moving. I think this would be really easy for this to be both fiddly and to get bogged down, but it doesn't do that. You just really can concentrate on playing. It's fun.
Yep.
It's a simple but elegant design.
Yeah.
Thank you both.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Well, I'm glad you get
my favorite system.
Yeah, there you go. It's the favorite system, right? I tell people it's like, I might be having a bad week, but as soon as I start playing the game, even if I lose, I'm having a good day.
This is really fun. Yeah, I've really
excellent. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the second half. This is gonna be tough for me, but I still have a lot of firepower left, and I tend to use my infantry a little differently than other people do. I like to form a fire. He's like, oh, you deploy your infantry. I like to do that first because when you have spandrels, got a 14 hex reach, and now you're the one who is like, you're not in the town. If I can get my infantry into position, that one shot I get is going to count. So hopefully, but we'll see.
Right, those spandrels make me nervous.
Good, that's what they're there for.
That's all right. We got a basic coming.
Yeah, but I mean, they're basically they're as effective as armor with those numbers. That's a pretty potent weapon. Yeah.
All right, so obviously we will not continue this next week, being 4th of July, and so we will all confer offline to figure out when the next week for us to get together will be for that. And for our customers and our consumers and the people watching the video, we will post the announcement probably a week beforehand. So I think we'll go ahead and cut it right here. So questions, comments, concerns, complaints, criticisms in the comment section below. And we'll talk to everybody later.
Well, that
good weekend.
Will end this gaming session. May God bless you and keep you safe until next time. Friendly Fire. Friendly Fire is a Lock and Load publishing production.